Hey guys, I'm pretty much on a roll for reviewing today, so I'm going to go ahead and review another palette. I've already done the Too Faced Natural Eyes palette today, so I'm going to go ahead and do the Balm Balm Voyage palette with you guys. I got a request a little while ago asking to do a review on this palette after I showed it in my palette collection, so I'm going to go ahead and share my thoughts with you guys. So just if you're not aware, this is a pretty big palette. It is the size of my face. And I think it's in the $30 range or so. You can pick up the Balm stuff. I think they have them on Birchbox. I got a lot of my Balm stuff originally from Birchbox. They have it at a lot of Kohl's. If your Kohl's has makeup, they probably have the Balm stuff there. And then you can also get it on their website, obviously. I would also wait and check out Hot Look. It is a flash sale website, and the Balm is on it a lot. If not every month, it's about every 2 months, and they have a lot of stuff on there. They might have this on there at some point. I can't remember if they have in the last couple of times that the Balm has been on there, but I would definitely wait and check that out because you can get your stuff for about half priced. I want to say that I got this on Hot Look. I think I did. So anyway, this palette comes with 16 very large shadows here, and I'll go through and I'll swatch each of those for you guys. And then it also comes with these 3 lip/cheek stains. So the nice thing about the Balm packaging is it features separate covers, I guess. So a lot of palettes that have cream and powder products in them, they get all messed together. But this one has this separate flap here for the shadows and this one down here for the creams and powders. So there's still a little bit of fallout from the powders that fall into the cream, but not as much as would happen in most regular palettes when they're put together. That is kind of the packaging. The whole idea behind this palette is that it's like a travel ticket type thing. So the shadows are based on, you know, seat numbers. And then the colors down here are second officer, first officer, and captain, like the people that fly the plane. Here is supposed to be like a passport. So the mirror is where your face would go for your passport. So the Balm always has the cutest packaging. It's super adorable packaging, but the quality of their stuff is usually pretty good too. I'm going to start with the lip and cheek stains down here and my thoughts on those before I move on to the other stuff, just because I'm actually wearing one of them on my lips today. So typically I don't go this bright. It's more of a red color. I usually don't do this, but I decided that I would try this on to show you guys kind of my thoughts on the lip products. So the one that I'm wearing today is this one over here. It's Second Officer, and it is kind of a really dark pink reddish lip. These balms, when they go on very dry, and they dry to kind of a matte finish almost, and I don't really like that feeling on my lips. So after I pat them on, I don't like them on their own. So today you can see it's kind of more glossy. That is because I put a Mary Kay gloss on top of it, just a clear gloss, so that I don't have to feel the matte feeling on my lips. I feel like it makes my lips look super dry, so I don't like that. And the problem with these are that they don't blend that well with other colors. I find that when I put like a gloss on top of it, it blends weirdly and it doesn't blend evenly, so it's hard for it to look normal. It might look decent on camera, but it doesn't look that great in person. So I'm not the hugest fan of these lip balms, and I tried this one here, First Officer, which is more of like an peachy, orangey coral type color. I hated that on my lips. I absolutely did not like that one. I haven't tried Captain yet, which is more of a pinky. I will swatch all of these and let you guys see what those look like on a swatch on my hand. I'm not going to put them all on my lips just because that's going to kind of do damage to my lips, but I will swatch them on my hand so you can see what those look like. I just want to give you guys a close-up of the lip and cheek stains. So this is Second Officer. This is the one I'm wearing on my lips today. This is First Officer, the one that I said I really wasn't a big fan of, and then Captain. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch those for you. Here is Second Officer, First Officer, and Captain. Captain is kind of the sheerest of all of them. It would probably be a decent natural-ish color, but it doesn't come off great on first swatch, not nearly as opaque as the other two do. So this one, it's so orangey coral that I just feel like it looks really bad on me. It makes my teeth look really yellow, and I just am not a huge fan of that one. So Second Officer I actually liked more than I thought I would. I really don't wear reds all that often, and I kind of like it. For shadows here, I will be honest, I haven't played with all of these eyeshadows yet, but I will swatch them all for you so you can kind of see. For the most part, almost all of these are either shimmer or they have glitter in them. It looks like there are 3 shadows total in here that are matte, so there are some ones that would be nice for like blending. So like this one here is kind of a taupey brown. That one would be a really good blending color. This one's kind of a camely brown. That would also be a good blending color. These are both matte. This one down here is just kind of a cream color. That would be a good highlighting color. That's a matte one. But they also come with a lot of shimmery shades. This one is probably one of my favorites, A2 here, this purpley. I really like that one. And part of the main reason I bought this one, I'm thinking, is this B2, this minty color, which I haven't actually worn, but I thought it looked really pretty and that was like half the reason I got it. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in and give you guys a closer look at the shadows and then swatch them for you. So we're gonna take a look at this first row. A lot of this palette is really neutral. So this first row here with A4, B4, C4, and D4, I'm gonna go through and swatch them. So we have like a sparkly black, a sparkly kind of darker brown, a very glittery mid-tone brownish red. It's kind of more of a burgundy color, but there's lots of glitter in it, and then this like khaki dark green color. All right, so these are the swatches in order. So this was A4, that sparkly black, B4, C4, and D4. I think these colors are really pretty, but they are a little bit on the chalky side when you actually go to swatch them and apply them. Like this black, it really comes off more gray than black, but they are really pretty colors. With a primer, I'm sure that they would be a little bit better. I haven't had problems with the ones that I've actually applied, and I almost always use a primer and then like a sticky base color. So they're not bad necessarily, but they're not the best quality shadows that I've ever seen. All right, so next we're moving on to the 3. So this is A3, which is kind of a silvery color with glitter. This is that taupey brown that I talked about that is matte, the camel brown that is matte, and then more of a goldy, shimmery color. These swatched quite a bit better than the last ones did. So this is the silver color A3, the taupey brown, B3, C3, and D3. So all of these swatch really pretty, and I think the silver and the gold here are gorgeous, and they are very, very pigmented without even a primer. And then these are not really too chalky, and they would be great blending color, transition colors. So the row with 3, like A3, D3, you know, those are actually a lot better than that first row. So it seems like the lighter colors come off a lot better than the darker colors in that first row. All right, our next row here we're looking at are the 2s. So these are the least neutral colors in the entire palette. So I'm gonna go ahead and go through and swatch those for you. So we have a purple with shimmer and like a blue-green duochrome. This one's really, really pretty. A mint green with shimmer, kind of a dark teal green that has some glitter in it, but it's not super, super shimmery, and then more of a shimmery nude color. This row also comes off a lot more pigmented than that first row. So this was A2, B2, C2, and D2. So all of those are really nicely pigmented. They swatch really well without a primer. This one is a little bit chalky, like even just putting my brush in it, it is a little bit more chalky and doesn't swatch quite as nicely, but for the most part, if you wear a primer with these, they will look really nice. I really need to play with this mint color. This one's gorgeous. Why don't I wear that? But all of these are really, really pretty. All right, so the last row in this palette is the 1s. So we have A1, which is kind of like a bronzy, glittery color. I would almost compare this to like a powder version of Bad to the Bronze, kind of. A matte, more peachy color, like flesh tone color. A shimmery yellow, light yellow color, and then this is like a very intense shimmery gold. So here those are swatched. So this is A1, B1, C1, and D1. This one is really, really pretty. I think this is the most pigmented one of all of those. This one is this kind of, the matte one is a little bit on the chalky side, and it's swatched kind of chalky, but it still comes off pretty nicely, so that could also make a good transition color if you want just a color that you can blend into. This light yellow color, which I'm sure would make a really nice highlight, it kind of reminds me of what like Max Nylon might be. And then this really bright gold color that I would probably never wear. That one's not my favorite color. I don't really like golds all that much. Those are the swatches of the lip and cheek stains and the eyeshadows in the Balm Voyage palette. Some of them are a little bit chalky and they're not the best quality, but honestly most of them turned out really nicely. I think the worst row is this top row of the darker colors. I think those are a little bit iffy. They might be decent if you use a primer, but they're not great on their own. The rest of these for the most part swatched really well and they look pretty nice on the lid. I really, really like this purple. It's just such a pretty duochrome color. The lip and cheek stains, like I said, they're not my favorite. They're a little bit drying feeling and they don't mingle well with other lip products, which is kind of a problem for me. For the most part, it's not a bad palette. There's lots of really pretty colors in there. If you're looking for a neutral palette, it's got kind of a wide array of different options if you wanted to go for different looks. So you could create lots of different looks with this, but I don't know. It's not the best palette in my collection. It's probably not one that I would reach for all that often. And it's definitely not like a must-have. If you are looking at it and you feel like you want it, I would definitely say wait until you see it on Hot Look, because it's going to be half price there, and I don't think it's necessarily worth its full price tag, but it might be worth it if you're interested at half price instead. Honestly, almost all the Balm products go on Hot Look. There's a ton of them there, so I would definitely wait and check that out there. I owned the Balm Jovi palette for a while and I gave it to my sister because I wasn't using it, but I think I like that one better than this one. I think there's more versatility and wearable shades in that one than there is this one, so I might suggest that one over this one too. So that is about it. I hope you guys enjoy this review. If you are interested in any other reviews on any of the other palettes that I have, or if you want to see anything, let me know that in the comments below. I'd be happy to do more reviews about products that I have. If you have any experience with this palette, if you really love this palette or you hate this palette, let me know that in the comments below. If you have any go-to looks that you use with this palette, I'd like to know that too. I haven't played with this one that much. I tend to reach for my same palettes and my same looks, so I should probably branch out and try more looks with this palette because there are some really beautiful colors in there. But I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.